Hi. As you all probably know by now, on October 13th, there was this UFO sighting in New York City. And strangely, a guy called Stanley A. Fulham, who used to work for NORAD, had predicted that there would be massive UFO sightings all over the world on October 13th. And what do you know, the 13th of October, there's this display of all places, New York City, center of the world, right? It came out that nothing showed up on the radar. Of course, UFOs could use cloaking technology. And they said that it was probably weather balloons. Okay, well, here's the problem with the weather balloon thing. Okay, you just go look up pictures of weather balloons, you can see what they look like, and they basically just look like balloons. Okay, here's the article from the Daily Mail, and here's a picture of what was seen in the sky that day. And it really doesn't look like a balloon. I don't think these things were weather balloons because number one, they didn't look like balloons. And two, they seem to have some kind of steering mechanism built in, which weather balloons don't have. They could hover, according to witnesses. And plus they also had lights coming out of them. Weather balloons don't have lights. It didn't have to be aliens. It could have just been some kind of contraption that the government invented and put up there on the designated day in accordance with, Stanley A. Fulham's predictions, just to freak us out, as a kind of Psy Op. How come they didn't scramble any jets? If there was really some unidentified flying object over New York, and the government or the military didn't know about it, or they were getting reports that there was this thing, you'd think that they would scramble some jets. Of course, they didn't do that on 9/11, but then again, 9/11 was a false flag, so maybe this was a false flag. And about that village in China, I don't think that was the rapture, because first of all, they're not even Christian. So how is that possible? But it could have been something like another Philadelphia experiment type thing. Maybe the military's up to something. I don't know. But I think it's the government messing with our heads. Because they always want us to be scared, right? And what's scarier than alien invasion? I mean, if aliens come down, there's not much you can do about it. It's pretty scary. But here's some other examples of things that we've been freaked out over in the last year. Okay, the Ukraine flu, remember that? It's everybody's dying of this flu in Ukraine and it's melting your lungs and it's the Black Death, 3-in-1 flu. Well, it turned out that there was no such thing really. It was just made up in the media. It was for political reasons, it's something to do with their election. And then we had, of course, H1N1, swine flu, and all those mass graves, that's what that was for. Turned out that was nothing. For now. And, well, the oil spill, that, of course, was the end of the world, Bible prophecy, burning mountain going into the sea. Maybe they were actually pouring oil in the Gulf. I mean, the worst thing from the oil spill was the Corexit. But really, it was used to just push the green agenda. But they had us all freaking out over, we're going to die. It's the end of the world. So, we need carbon taxes and climate change bills. So it's psyops going on all the time. You remember those magazines back in the 70s or the 80s, The Inquirer? And it always said government, has secret meeting with aliens. Well, I used to think that was BS, but now I realize that was true the whole time. They just put it in this tabloid, they present it in such a way that we all know that the only people who read that are old ladies who hang out in Dunkin' Donuts doing scratch tickets all day. It's not real, but really it is real. All that stuff in The Inquirer turns out it's true.